If you choose ASML versus TSMC from an investor's point of view, I think it's relatively more advantageous to choose ASML. 5 reasons why ASML is more attractive from an investor's perspective. 1. An exclusive position. ASML is the only company in the world that produces EUV, extreme ultraviolet exposure equipment. Production of advanced semiconductors such as 5 nanometers, 3 nanometers, and 2 nanometers is not possible without this equipment. The monopoly structure leads to pricing rights and stable sales. 2. A high barrier to entry. Over 20 years, more than $50 billion has been invested in the development of one EUV equipment. Competitors are virtually unable to enter, long-term status is safe. On the other hand, TSMC directly competes with competitors such as Samsung Foundry and Intel. 3. Geopolitical risk differences. TSMC concentrates production facilities in Taiwan, maximum risk in case of China-Taiwan conflict. ASML is headquartered in the Netherlands plus Europe-focused supply chain, relatively safe. For investors, it is important to avoid the Taiwan geopolitical risk. 4. Profitability and margin structure. ASML's equipment is worth hundreds of billions of won per unit, and sales are at least 50% of gross profit. TSMC has a high burden on CAPEX, equipment investment, due to its mass production structure and is sensitive to economic cycles. In other words, ASML is a high-priced, low-volume and low-margin model, and TSMC is a low-priced, high-volume and low-margin model. 5. Industrial imperatives. TSMC is the world's #1 foundry, but it relies on customers, Apple, Nvidia, AMD, etc. ASML is an essential equipment provider. Customer diversification for TSMC, Samsung, and Intel. In other words, it has higher stability in that it is an indispensable company in the semiconductor industry. Conclusion. ASML =, exclusive, Gomagen, geopolitical risk, relatively low, long-term stability advantage. TSMC =, large market impact, but geopolitical risk plus economic sensitivity, short-term volatility advantage. Therefore, if you are a long-term investor, it is considered more advantageous to choose ASML.